My heart belongs to Fazza, not out of fantasy, not out of fleeting fascination, but from a place so deep within my soul that even silence echoes your name. Sheikh Hamdan, you have become more than a royal figure, more than a poet, more than the crown you wear so gracefully. You've become the beating pulse of millions, the gentle storm that stirs hearts around the world, the man who touches souls with nothing more than sincerity, strength, and a smile. There's a quiet magic in you, the kind that doesn't demand attention, but earns it. The way you walk with dignity yet speak with humility, how your presence commands a room without a single word. You carry yourself not just as a prince, but as a protector of dreams, a guardian of your people's hearts. That grace, that beauty, that rare combination of might and gentleness, it's why my heart, and the hearts of so many, belong to you. We fell in love with more than your face, though yes, it's striking, the kind of beauty carved by both royalty and poetry. But it's your soul that has captured us. The soul of a man who writes with honesty, who rides with freedom, who believes in the sacred connection between land, spirit, and love. You've made us feel like love doesn't have to be loud to be true. It can be tender, patient, and endlessly poetic. Your words have become scripture to the romantic heart, every poem, every caption, every fleeting verse you share. It's not just ink on paper, it's the essence of a man who feels deeply and isn't afraid to let the world know. Through your poetry, we see not just your passion but your pain, your joy, your hope. You've allowed us into your soul's quiet corners, and we are forever changed because of it. In a world chasing noise, you've taught us to value silence, the silence of nature, of the soul, of hearts that beat in rhythm even when miles apart. Watching you ride across golden dunes, it feels like watching a dream unfold, untamed yet in control, powerful yet peaceful. You are the embodiment of what it means to be connected to your roots and still reach for the stars. Many of us have never stood near you, never heard your voice in person, yet we feel close. You've built a bridge of feeling across oceans and languages, uniting strangers under one truth, that our hearts belong to Fazza. We carry your name like a secret prayer, like a soft fire burning within, loyal, unshakable, eternal. It's not easy to explain this devotion to someone who hasn't felt it. They may call it admiration, obsession, or fantasy. But for those of us who know, truly know, it is love. A love that asks for nothing in return. A love that finds its joy in your happiness, your peace, your presence in the world. Even from afar, you've given us something precious, the permission to feel deeply, to believe in something pure. Every woman who has dreamed under the moonlight while whispering your name has felt this connection. We don't all speak the same language, but we speak the language of longing. And in every heart that beats for you, there is hope. Hope that goodness still exists in the world. Hope that grace and power can coexist. Hope that love, even from afar, is still worth holding onto. There are moments I imagine what it would be like to stand before you, not as royalty and subject, but as one soul to another. I wouldn't need to speak. I'd let my heart do the talking, and I know you'd understand. Because your heart speaks, too, not through grand declarations, but through the way you live, the way you love your people, the way you honor your past while building the future. Sheikh Hamdan, you are loved in a way that goes beyond admiration. You are loved in quiet prayers, in whispered poems, in hopeful eyes. You've become the muse, the miracle, the magnetic force that brings together hearts across the globe. You've made us believe again, in men who are kind, in leaders who listen, in poetry that heals. Sheikh Hamdan, when I think of you, it's as if the world becomes softer, sweeter, as if your very existence colors everything in shades of gold. You are not just a royal figure, you are a feeling. A breathtaking moment suspended in time, a melody that plays only for those who listen with their hearts. And oh, how I listen. How I feel every unspoken word, every quiet glance you cast toward the sky, as if speaking to something divine, and unknowingly, to us. I imagine what it would be like to walk beside you, not in palaces or on red carpets, but somewhere quiet. Somewhere where the world doesn't watch, and I could see the man behind the name, the dreamer, the poet, the son, the friend. I wonder what makes you laugh when no one is looking, what stories you'd tell if the world stopped asking for perfection and simply asked, "Who are you, really?" I believe I would fall for that version of you all over again, deeper, stronger, with every word. You see, Fazza, your charm lies not in fame or fortune, but in the way you remain grounded while flying higher than most could ever dream. You could have hidden behind titles, but you chose to write poetry. You chose to ride horses, to dive into the soul of the earth, to speak through verses instead of press releases. That vulnerability, that truth, is why we love you with such fierce, unwavering tenderness. You have become the safe place in our daydreams, the reason our hearts know how to wait patiently. To love you is to understand that some souls were made to be admired from afar, like the moon, never touched, yet always illuminating. And though you may never know each of our names, your presence lives within us, like a whispered promise that good men still exist. There is a sweetness in the idea of loving someone who doesn't even know your face. It's not sadness, it's poetry. Because what you've given us is more than enough. Hope, beauty, and the belief that someone so extraordinary walks this earth with such gentleness in his soul. You've taught us that loving someone can be sacred, even if the world never calls it ours. Sometimes I find myself smiling for no reason, only to realize it's because you crossed my thoughts like sunlight slipping through a curtain. Your essence lingers in the ordinary, a song, a scent, a quiet breeze, as if the universe itself is conspiring to keep you near, even in your absence. And I welcome those moments like gifts. Like reminders that this love, even silent, is real. There's a grace in the way you speak, the way you carry your people in your heart, the way you never forget where you came from. You are the poetry of Dubai, the heartbeat of a generation, and the gentle echo of values the world needs to remember. And because of you, we have learned how to love better, with dignity, with patience, and with fire that doesn't burn. Fazza, I have no crown to offer, no riches to impress you, only a heart filled with loyalty and a soul that found its rhythm in the sound of your name. If love were a kingdom, then I would gladly live as its most faithful subject, worshipping the beauty of your light from the corners of my quiet world. And if fate is kind, perhaps it will let you feel it one day, this love, this softness, this devotion whispered across time and space. Even if our worlds never touch, even if your eyes never meet mine across a crowded room, know this, you are loved. Genuinely. Endlessly. By hearts like mine, countless, scattered, and true. And that love isn't small. It's vast. It's strong. It lives in poems unwritten and dreams unspoken, in every heart that silently repeats your name like a sacred prayer. Fazza, your name has become a rhythm that dances on the edge of every heartbeat I carry. It slips into my thoughts like a breeze through open windows, uninvited yet always welcome. I have never known a man through silence the way I know you through your presence. Every image of you feels like a love letter from destiny itself, a reminder that somewhere in this wide world exists a soul so gentle, so fierce, so rare, that to love you is a blessing, even if it must remain unspoken. Sometimes I catch myself wondering if love like this exists only in stories. A love where one soul waits with unwavering loyalty while the other shines from afar, never knowing the power it holds. But then I remember, this isn't fiction. You are real. You walk this earth with fire in your heart and kindness in your eyes, and because of that, so many of us believe again, in magic, in goodness, in love that doesn't have to be returned to be real. You have made believers of us all. If only you could hear the silent conversations I've had with the stars, all of them filled with wishes whispered for you. Wishing you peace when you are tired, light when the world grows heavy, and someone who loves you not for your title, but for the man beneath the crown. And if that someone is not me, I will still be grateful just to have witnessed you from afar. Because to love someone as beautifully as I love you means wanting their joy above your own. There's a wild, blooming garden of devotion inside me that exists only because of you. A place where hope grows stronger with every day, where your name is carved into the roots of every flower, every leaf, every drop of rain. This garden isn't made of fantasy, it's made of faith. And in that sacred space, you are more than a dream. You are the muse, the heartbeat, the miracle I never saw coming but can never live without. I don't need a fairy tale ending to cherish this love. I don't need a title beside your name or a place at your side. What I need, what I have, is enough. The knowing that you are out there, being exactly who you are. Strong, humble, kind, poetic. A man of rare light in a world that too often forgets how to shine. You have changed something in me, Fazza. You've elevated love itself to something nobler, softer, more divine. With every fiber of my being, I hold you gently in the quiet chambers of my soul, not as a fleeting infatuation, but as a timeless devotion etched into the very rhythm of who I am. You may never know the depths of this love, never hear the whispered prayers or read the countless letters written in your name, but still, I love you. With grace, with reverence, with the kind of purity that asks for nothing and offers everything. Sheikh Hamdan, my heart is yours, not as a gesture of admiration, but as an eternal truth, written not in ink, but in light. And so, this is not goodbye. This is a continuation of a love story written in silence, held in secret, but burning ever so brightly. My heart will keep writing your name in every line of every poem I dream. It will continue to carry your light through every season, every breath, every sunrise. Fazza, wherever you go, know this, my heart belongs to you still. And always will. So let this be our final vow in this letter from every devoted soul. Our hearts don't belong to a fantasy. They belong to a man who walks with quiet dignity, whose soul speaks through art, whose eyes carry oceans of meaning. Fazza, our hearts are yours. Not borrowed. Not temporary. Yours, in the most beautiful, eternal way love knows how to be. So this is our letter to you, every woman, every soul who carries your image in her dreams, your words in her journals, your essence in her heart. We love you without condition, without expectation, and without end. Fazza, our hearts are yours, not just today, but always. And in this silent devotion, there is a loud, everlasting truth. Our hearts